Have you ever noticed that the moment you commit to changing your life, everything seems to fall apart? You finally decide to step into your power, and suddenly unexpected bills show up, relationships get tested, emotions get heavier, and doubt creeps in. And you think, why is this happening? Am I doing something wrong? Why does it feel like the universe is punishing me just when I'm trying to rise? But what if I told you the breakdown isn't punishment, it's proof? Proof that you're right on the edge of your breakthrough. Stay with me, because in this video, I'm going to reveal the hidden mechanics of why life feels hardest right before you quantum shift. The 5 energetic traps that keep most people stuck looping in chaos, and a powerful 90-second technique to stay aligned when everything seems to collapse. By the end, you'll see the chaos not as a sign of failure, but as the doorway to the new reality that's already waiting for you. The quantum mechanics of collapse. Let's start with the science. Quantum physics has a shocking truth. Before a new reality collapses into form, there is chaos. Infinite probabilities exist all at once, until observation collapses them into one outcome. This chaotic storm of possibility is what you feel inside when you're about to shift. Your nervous system senses it. Your subconscious resists it. Your old identity clings to the familiar, even if the familiar was painful. Think of it like this. If you're upgrading the software of your computer, the system has to shut down, reboot, and reorganize before it can run at a higher level. That shutdown feels like chaos, but it's necessary. The same thing happens when your frequency rises. Your old patterns, your old habits, your old energetic identity begin to fall apart. And to the mind, this feels terrifying. It feels like loss. It feels like failure. But in truth, it's recalibration. The neuroscience. The dark night of the soul. Now neuroscience explains this too. When you commit to change, your brain's predictive coding starts firing alarms. Your subconscious mind is designed to keep you safe, not to keep you happy. So when you stretch beyond your comfort zone, the brain interprets it as danger. It floods your nervous system with stress hormones, activating survival mode. This is what mystics and spiritual teachers call the dark night of the soul. It's not that your path is wrong, it's that your biology hasn't caught up yet. The new identity you're stepping into doesn't feel safe to the body until you teach it otherwise. Why reality breaks down first. Here's the paradox: when your energy rises, reality tests your alignment. It's not the universe saying no, it's the universe saying, are you sure? Are you ready to embody this new frequency? Imagine you're tuning a radio station. As you turn the dial, static increases before the signal locks in. That static is the chaos you feel. So when things fall apart, and it's actually reality reorganizing itself to match your higher state, the old frequency must dissolve so the new can emerge. The 5 energetic traps that keep you looping. But here's where most people get stuck. They misinterpret the chaos and fall into energetic traps that pull them back to their old identity. Let me walk you through the 5 biggest ones. The doubt trap. Believing that difficulty means you're off track. Truth. The chaos is confirmation, not rejection. The control trap. Trying to micromanage everything instead of trusting the process. Truth. Surrender is what allows coherence. The victim trap. Interpreting breakdown as life is against me. Truth. Life is reshaping itself for you. The comparison trap. Looking at others who seem to be thriving while you're struggling. Truth. You're on your unique timeline, and your breakthrough is personal. The survival trap. Defaulting back to old habits, distractions, or addictions to numb the chaos. Truth. Sitting with discomfort is how the energy integrates. These traps aren't punishments, they're invitations. They show you where your old identity still has power. The quantum reframe. So how do you move through the storm? You reframe it. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this chaos making space for? What old version of me is being dismantled so the new can emerge? Because in quantum terms, your reality doesn't collapse according to effort. It collapses according to observation. And if you observe chaos as failure, you'll loop in it. But if you observe chaos as rebirth, you align with breakthrough. The 90-second observer technique. Here's the practice I promised you. It's a 90-second technique you can use anytime you feel everything falling apart. Pause. Stop whatever you're doing. Inhale deeply for 4 seconds, imagining you're breathing in the quantum field itself. Hold for 4 seconds in the stillness, feeling infinite possibilities swirling around. The hidden pattern. Everyone misses. Think about your life. How many times did things feel unbearable, only for something new to emerge right after? That relationship that ended, only to bring someone more aligned. That job you lost, only for a better opportunity to show up. That dark season of your life, that made you stronger than you ever thought you could be. There is a pattern here, but because we're inside the storm, we miss it. The truth is, reality gets messiest right before it reorganizes. Identity death, the real reason. It hurts. Why does it feel so heavy? Because every breakthrough requires the death of an old identity. If you want to step into abundance, the version of you who lived in scarcity must dissolve. If you want love, the part of you attached to being unloved must dissolve. If you want freedom, the part of you addicted to struggle must dissolve. And identity death feels like grief, because in many ways it is. But grief is not an ending. It's the compost from which the new you grows. The energetic frequency test. Every time you elevate, the universe asks one question. Can you hold this frequency when things get uncomfortable? If the answer is yes, you rise. If the answer is no, you loop. This isn't punishment, it's training. Because your new reality can only be sustained if your nervous system learns to stabilize at the higher vibration. The physics of vibrational collapse, quantum physics calls it collapse of the wave function. Infinite realities exist until you observe one into form. But here's what they don't tell you. Before collapse, there's turbulence. Energy must destabilize before it reorganizes. That destabilization is what you're living through when everything feels like it's falling apart. It's not destruction, it's transition. The emotional body as a messenger. When chaos rises, your body speaks. Tight chest, shallow breath, racing thoughts, that knot in your stomach. All of this is your emotional body saying, something is being released. Most people fight it. They suppress it. They escape it. But what you resist persists. Instead, your task is to listen. Because every emotion you feel during collapse is an old program rising to be cleared. The trap of old stories. This is where most people fall. The old story creeps back in. I always fail. Nothing ever works for me. Maybe I'm not meant for this. But pause for a moment. Isn't it interesting that these exact thoughts only appear when you're on the edge of a shift? That's not coincidence. That's your subconscious fighting to stay alive. And you have a choice. Believe the old story or observe it dissolve. Chaos as proof of alignment. Here's the paradox. The more chaos you feel, the closer you are. Why? Because the old self is making its final stand. If nothing was shifting, you wouldn't feel resistance. The storm means energy is moving. The collapse means alignment is happening. So instead of asking, why is this happening? Ask, what new reality is trying to break through me right now? The spiritual dimension. The dark night of the soul. Every mystical tradition talks about it. The desert, the void, the dark night. This isn't just psychology, it's initiation. In ancient cultures, seekers were deliberately taken through darkness, fasting, silence, isolation, so that their old self could dissolve and the new one could awaken. Your chaos is your initiation. It's the initiation modern souls go through when they awaken to higher truth. The butterfly code. Let's return to nature. The caterpillar doesn't just grow wings. Inside the cocoon, it literally liquefies. Its body breaks down into complete chaos before reorganizing into a butterfly. If you looked inside the cocoon midway, you'd think, this creature is dying. But it's not dying. It's becoming. And so are you. How to hold through the collapse. This is where breathwork, meditation, journaling, nervous system regulation come in. Not as spiritual practices, but as anchors. Because when the storm rages, you need something to ground into. Your breath, your presence, your coherence. That's how you tell your body, we are safe. We can hold this frequency. The 90-second observer technique, expanded. Let's deepen the practice. Close your eyes. Inhale through the nose for 4 seconds, drawing light into your heart. Hold for 4 seconds in the stillness, imagining infinite possibilities swirling. Exhale through the mouth for 6 seconds, letting go of fear, doubt, survival energy. Repeat this cycle for 90 seconds. Now, here's the key. When the body calms, silently say to yourself, this collapse is proof. I am stepping through the doorway now. You've just recoded the chaos into alignment. The breakthrough moment. Breakthroughs never arrive slowly. They build in silence and then arrive all at once. One decision, one opportunity, one alignment, and suddenly what felt impossible becomes inevitable. The vibrational tension before shift. Think of reality like a slingshot. The tension builds. It feels like everything is pulling backward, against you. But that tension isn't punishment. It's potential. The tighter the pull, the further the release. The chaos you feel isn't a setback. It's the buildup of force before your quantum leap. Part 19, the illusion of time delay. When everything seems stuck, your mind screams, it's not working. But the quantum field doesn't work on your clock. It works on coherence. The moment your thoughts, emotions, and body align, time collapses. Until then, what feels like delay is actually incubation. Your breakthrough is already coded. It's just waiting for alignment. Why resistance intensifies? Here's the secret. Resistance always gets loudest when it's dying. The doubts, the fears, the old patterns, they fight back hardest right before dissolving. That's why right before you break through, you'll feel the storm. The ego senses its control slipping, and it clings. But that's your proof. The breakdown is happening because the breakthrough is near. The quantum ripple effect. Your shift isn't just about you. When you rise, reality reorganizes for everyone connected to you. Friends notice. Family shifts. Strangers respond differently. This is why it feels so destabilizing. Because the quantum field is recalibrating not only your story, but the stories of everyone around you. It's not just your breakthrough. It's a collective one, the moment of silence. After the storm, there's always a pause. It's subtle, almost quiet. This is the moment where the old dissolves and the new has not yet fully arrived. It's a sacred void, the in-between. Most people panic here and try to fill the silence. But those who wait, those who breathe, they witness the new reality crystallize right in front of them. If your life feels like it's unraveling, I want you to know this. You are not breaking down. You are breaking open. The relationships that feel strained, the money that feels stuck, the emotions that feel unbearable, none of it is proof of failure. It is proof that you are in motion. Remember, a system doesn't resist when nothing is changing. Resistance only rises when transformation is happening. So let this be your sign. The chaos is not the end. It is the beginning. It is the universe whispering, hold steady, you are closer than you think. This is not punishment. This is preparation. This is not rejection. This is reorganization. This is not collapse. This is recalibration. So breathe, stay present, trust the storm, because your breakthrough is not far away. It is here. And when the dust clears, you will see it was always yours. You are not late. You are not lost. You are exactly where you need to be. So if you're in the storm right now, if you feel like everything is falling apart, if you've been asking the universe for a sign that you're on the right path, this is it. The chaos is not your enemy. It is the labor pains of your new reality. It is the proof that the old you is dissolving. It is the doorway to the timeline you've been calling in. But only you can decide how you'll interpret it. Will you fall into the traps and want to loop back into the familiar? Or will you rise as the observer, breathe through the storm, and hold your frequency steady? Remember this, you are not being punished, you are being upgraded. So take a breath, step back into coherence, trust the collapse, because on the other side of this moment is everything you've been asking for. Your breakthrough isn't coming, it's already here. And the chaos? That's just the sound of your old reality falling away.